Hi everybody, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So I'm outside, it's really a nice day, it's not too hot, not too cold. And so I got my dogs out here, they're running around. You may see them in the background, they're swimming in the pond. So as I was coming out here, I saw lots of different mushrooms, specifically lots of red mushrooms, those kind of toadstool mushrooms. So if that's significant to you, that's what I've been seeing outside here. And here's Blue walking around. But anyhow, today's message, we'll see how it kind of plays out, but it's really about you not needing to see where you're going. And so just knowing that you have everything that you need right here to move forward. So what I was seeing when I came out here to make this message was sort of like a blindfold. And I don't know if any of y'all have seen like those therapies that they do sometimes in couples or marriage counseling, where they'll put like one partner has like a blindfold on, and then they have to really trust their other partner who can see to guide them, to take them on some excursion or something outside. They have a challenge of something they have to do. They have to climb a mountain blindfolded with their partner helping guide them. And so what I was seeing is something similar to that, a person being blindfolded, but at the same time they're going and moving in the steps that they need to move forward. So this message is really about releasing control. Imagine yourself blindfolded. We can't see anything. It's kind of scary. It's dark. It can be kind of jarring even to be blindfolded. So when we're blindfolded, we really don't have like a sense of where we're going, and we have to kind of trust. So you're being called right now to trust in the next step, to trust in what's going to happen for you next. You may not see that path. You may be totally blindfolded to what happens or is going to happen next. So that's the blindfold that we're seeing, but you have to have a level of trust. So in the exercise that you do, like let's say as a couples therapy, you really have to trust your partner. It's an exercise of trust. So imagine yourself being blindfolded and trusting God, Spirit, the universe, however you want to see it, to guide your next step. Are you truly trusting, or are you trying to guide? Are you trying to peek? Are you trying to force something? So you're being called to release the control, release the forcing, release the trying to figure it all out. You don't have to figure it all out. The divine, the one who's guiding you, already has figured everything out already. So what you don't see is that you may not see, but the divine sees everything, absolutely everything that you cannot see. So this is just a metaphor. It's not that you're really blindfolded, but it's a metaphor about how we have to kind of show up here in a state of kind of trust, a state of faith, in knowing that, we are being guided by the highest power possible, that it doesn't matter what happens next, we're always being guided to the right next step, okay? So totally guiding and just knowing that you're being kind of walked through this. So you're not alone. There's always God within. You're never alone. You're never separate from God. You've always been connected to God. And the more that you're tuning into that, the more that you're abiding in that blindfold, you begin to trust more and more in that. So you're being called to trust more and more. So when we're blindfolded, or you've heard stories of people that are blind, oftentimes what happens is that their other senses heightened. They may not be able to physically see everything around them, but suddenly their sense of hearing heightens. Suddenly their sense of touch heightens. Suddenly they develop like, some sort of supernatural power to kind of sense their way around where they're going, right? So what's happening here is that as you're being blindfolded in this metaphor that I'm bringing forth for you, what's happening is as you're trusting, as you're allowing yourself to be guided through what's within, your other senses are coming on board, and they're being heightened and heightened. And what are those other senses? I'm talking about some spiritual senses. I'm talking about your intuition. I'm talking about the inner voice within. I'm talking about the inner guidance. All of that is being heightened so that you can hear it, so that you can sense it more clearly as before you maybe hadn't. So allow yourself to be blindfolded in this moment. Allow yourself to trust, to release control, to release the forcing, to release the trying to figure it all out and peeking and trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? Release all of that and allow yourself to surrender into being guided. God is already holding your hand. Trust that God knows and sees all, and that you are being guided by the best, highest power that there is possible. So do not be afraid. Release that sense of fear. The other thing that happens when we get blindfolded, or we can't see something is we develop or we start to sense fear. We get fearful. We get fearful that we're going to get hurt. We get fearful that we can't trust, that we're going to fall, that we're going to stumble, that we're going to have challenges. And what I'm hearing here is that there will be challenges, but you're being guided by the highest force. And there is nothing here that you can't overcome when you're connected to that. So you're being guided past or through all of these challenges, not past them, but through them. You will walk through them, but you'll walk through them with ease because you're allowing yourself to trust in this moment. You may not understand the challenges. It may not make sense to you. They may not seem like they have any kind of solution when suddenly you surrender to all that is, and you're being guided in a divine way that is kind of orchestrated and making everything fit together like a perfect puzzle. So release that fear. There is nothing to fear here. It may feel scary, but keep taking that next step forward. So what I'm also sensing here is when we have a blindfold on, when we're not able to see, or maybe we've gone blind or something like that, we're very deliberate in our steps, right? We're like stepping forward and we're like really putting our foot down, making sure that we're steady. So you're being called here to take that next step deliberately. Take it deliberately, but just take that next step. And then that next step, you don't have to run, you don't have to skip, you don't have to do any crazy fancy trick. You just have to deliberately take that next step. Make sure that you're, solid, that you know that you're taking that next step, that you're conscious and present in this moment in the step that you're taking. And so just trust that you're being divinely guided here. So that's what this message is about today. I hope that it found you well. If it resonated with you in some way, please give me a thumbs up, a heart, comment down below how it resonated with you. I love hearing all your comments. Let me know where you're from. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will come back. I am putting out daily messages, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified when these videos come out. And if you have just one more moment, I'd like to invite you to my new intuition training. My new intuition training is a training that I have, poured my whole heart and soul into it. I love talking about intuition. I love educating people about intuition and aligning them to their hearts, aligning them to the intuition and their inner voice within, and seeing that flourish for them. So I've created a whole course around this that's very, very robust, compact with lots of information. It also comes with a lot of videos, one-on-one sessions, live sessions. So this is a great course for you to join if you're looking to really go ahead and connect to your intuition. Go ahead and email me at schoolofscarlet@gmail.com if you have any questions, but the sales page is now live. You can go ahead and enroll, and we're starting together as a group at the end of January. So all of that information will be in the sales page, and or you can email me. So I really invite you to join me. I would love to have a nice group to join me there. So if your heart, your intuition is speaking to you now, saying, yes, this is something I want to do, go ahead and do it. It's very affordable. So go ahead and sign up. I hope to get your message. I hope to get your enrollments. And so that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for staying till the very end. I love you all. I will catch you on our next message.